Testing the mic. Mic test, testing the mic test. Perplexing paradigms. Popping my peas. Test 1 2 1 2 1 2. Audio sounds alright. Gonna transition in. Howdy, folks, and welcome back. Welcome back to another live stream workflow session. Today we're going to be putting together another short to tide folks over while we're working on the main content. It looks like we have a visitor immediately. Hello, Mr. Mechanical Frog. Good to see your face in here. And I agree. 6 small salamander Sally across the seashore. I can't even say it. That got me good. Anyhow, digressing, it seems like the community has voted on Titania the Barbarian, and I think that's going to be the next main content. We're going to be doing an essay on pinups and why you should paint your own pinup models and why they have a place in your community. Collection? Not community, collection. My words are failing me today. They're valid and a great way to work on skin practice. But we're actually going to be doing some Premiere stuff today. Indeed, life is full of little challenges, and it wouldn't be a day in paradise without banging our heads against the wall in an attempt to stride forward. Anyhow, we're going to launch up some Premiere Pro and put together a short today about cleaning the airbrush. So, as always, we're going to start a new project, and hopefully it doesn't lag out my computer too bad. Going into shorts, we're going to new folder called Cleaning the Airbrush. Cleaning the Airbrush. Selecting the folder. We're going to call it Cleaning! Exclamation point. Create it up. Alright, looks like we've got it going. So, let's pop on in and see if I can't figure out where all these videos are. I think we're going to use this here. We might use this old footage of opening up the Badger airbrush. But I'm pretty sure that the footage I'm needing is inside of my painting for commission folder. I recently took on a commission for a client and recorded all the footage working on it. So I'm pretty excited to put that together eventually as a bit of an essay on the validity of painting for commission and the challenges that go into that. It's definitely not easy and not profitable. especially if you expect to be paid fairly for your work. Now, if you're comfortable making a little bit less than you would at other positions, it can be done. Especially if you're 3D printing stuff, like what my mechs come out at 10-15 cents a piece, actual printing. But then, you know, what you save there is eat up in time. Okay, as always, the shorts are these like VHS tape setups. So we need static white noise. We need blank VHS tape with play overlay, and we need the VecTZ Visual Effects TV noise. I think that's all we need to put this here bit together. So let's go ahead and start a new sequence, and we're going to call this one Aberration. And of course, that's because I put in the chromatic aberration eventually, and it's just easier to do it via a sequence. So without further ado, let's start cutting down some of this footage. Oh, I need to set the sequence size. Now this is a short video, so shorts are vertical video format, so we want to do 1080 horizontal and 1920 vertical. Alright, set that in. Pow, there we go. We're going to ensure that the link selection is turned off and get rid of the audio. And then start scrubbing this here footage for usable clips. And I think this section was not shot vertically, so I'm gonna have to trim it down or shrink it down some. Let me at least just see what I'm working with here. I think this little bit of footage shows cleaning the needle. Yeah, so we're gonna take that. Gonna trim down that whole deal right there up to the reinsertion of the needle. There we go. So that's one clip we have to work with. Snag another one. Let me make sure my chat is turned on in the OBS. There it is. Excellent. Okay, so we're starting with this footage, which will probably be at the end of everything. Yeah, I think that does go to the very end. And then let's grab this second clip. Oops, I didn't mean to double click it. Let's close that and snag this guy. Now this, I did think ahead while I was filming and do some of these shots in vertical format. So it looks like this first one is putting all three of the chemicals in it. Okay. That's the main body of our work. And then we're gonna take a peek at this one as well. I'm not sure what's going on here. It looks like it's short, less than a minute long. Oh, that goes at the end. This one will actually go at the end. Or next to the end. I think I still want to show the needle getting cleaned with the acetone. But I do need some of the model being sprayed black. Do I have it here? Okay, it's all here. All right, for once I thought ahead. So let's count up the sections I need to show. So we're showing it in black, showing the model spraying in black. We're showing pumping water in and out. We're showing alcohol, and we're showing acetone. So that's 40 seconds. We could do 10 seconds on each one. We're showing the second color. That'll put us at 50 seconds. And then we'll show cleaning the needle for the last 10 seconds. But we need to reduce everything. 6 shots. We need to reduce, I think, 2 seconds off the whole thing would make it work. So we're going to cut, I guess the sections are going to be 9 seconds and 20 frames. That's what we're going to do. 9 seconds, 20 frames on each one. So let's find, I'm going to spray this hunchback, I think. Start it right here, and we're going to go back to 10:07. See what that looks like. Pow. Why won't you append to the front? What is the problem? Okay, so I think that's going to give me, pulling out the hunchback, we're spraying it black just for demonstrative purposes. Okay. And then there's a whole segment of pumping in the water. Pumping in the water. Oh, I would have liked to have that whole shot right there. Dang. We'll do this. We'll do right here. Now, I don't know if this is like the proper technique for cleaning an airbrush, but this is my technique for cleaning an airbrush. And that is what I'm standing by. So let's roll this back. To the proper length and then see how that treats us. I think this is going to end up being a condensed sped up shot here because I want to show putting it in the spray out pot. Let's get a peek at what that looks like. It is 21 seconds long. So I'm going to try speeding it up. Let's do 200, 210. Perfect. Wait, no. It needs to be a little faster. 213. 17, 220, 230, too fast, so 225, 224 does it. There we go, 9 seconds at 10 frames. Let's give it a peek and see if it's watchable. Put it in the spray out pot. Get the pipette, and then we're gonna clean it. Yeah, okay. Cool, that's in there. And then from here, once that's cleaned out, I'm gonna put in isopropyl alcohol. Oh, I screwed this up real bad. Let's see. How long is that on the camera? Okay. We'll take the first frame where it starts coming into the shot and advance it 9 seconds and 20 frames. .20 frames. 9 seconds and 20 frames, which means I can actually speed this or slow this one down a little bit. I did a miscalculation there. 10 to 15, 16, 17. Yeah, get an extra 10 frames on that one. All right, so we're gonna go, just make it easy and go 1 second forward and then back 10 frames, which will put us at 03. And I think that's gonna show, it's not showing what I need. We're gonna have to speed this one up too. Okay, clip this out. Speed duration needs to be 9 seconds and 20 frames. Okay, getting close. 142%. Excellent. Most excellent. I want to take a second and mention that if I seem a little manic today, that is because I am a bit manic. I'm feeling a very very happy manic day with lots of coffee giving me the jitters, and I think I'm gonna challenge myself to put together this short today in, let's go for 2.5 hours max. It's at least the aim I'm going for. Get it done, get it out. I don't want to waste a lot of time on these shorts offerings, but I do want to provide like decent content. I try to make them watchable, and I try to have them where they're still entertaining. I want my shorts to feel like more Country Fried Minis content. Now, if that means a certain amount of it is just like shots of the models and portions of videos, that's fine. But I like this idea of doing the whole bonus content like this, like cleaning the airbrush, or like the last one, bending models, etc. I might do one on cleaning up Iron Wind Metals models as I work on the catapult project, which is in the works. There's lots happening. I do want to get in some non-battletech stuff here real soon. I mean, the battletech stuff is getting ingested for sure. People like it, but I want to paint other things too. I have an infinity army to work on. I have a whole bunch of fun models that I'd like to get out there, you know? Okay, we'll do that much, I think. How long is this clip? Let me turn on track targeting so I can navigate. That's like almost a full minute. It's way too much. I wonder if I can get away with just oops, what did I do wrong there? Oh, it should be 1 minute and 4 seconds and 16 frames. Is that, I'm not quite pouring in the acetone yet. Okay, let's just get pouring the acetone in. My preview's not updating. There we go. We'll take that much of it and then condense this, I think. That'll get it going. Let's go. Speed duration, 200%. 210%. 205. 2, 3, 4. 203.5. There we go. All right. I like these nice, clean durations in between shots. Is it a little obsessive? Yeah. Yeah, I think it is. I have a thumbs up there that looks fun. Do I thumbs up at the end of this? I do thumbs up at the end of that. Okay. All right, so we're sitting at 4 out of the 6 shots. So now we want to, let's just see where, okay, I show that to the camera a little too long. I think we'll go here. And we're gonna go back 10 seconds and then come, no, it's not gonna work. I think maybe showing the sprayed model is not gonna cut it there. I wanna add the new color in instead. Let's do that. We'll jump it forward 10 seconds and we'll go. It ain't working. I got a lot of dead air there. So how about 4.5 seconds, which is 4:15, and then add in 10 frames, so 4 seconds and 25 frames. Let's give that a shot. So 25, we'll put this 2 over and then another second. We put in our new color and then we spray the model. Hello, Derek. What's up? I'll tell you what's up. We're working on another short video to keep the community tided over, satisfied until the next piece of content comes out. I've got 2 on the plate right now. Got a bunch of footage about a painting on commission and like the harsh realities of that. And then of course the community voted for Thitania the Barbarian, who will be an essay on pinups and why a pinup has a place in your collection. Let me see if I can't find an image of that model, because there's 2 versions. One of the versions of the model ended up being kind of gratuitous. She's a very large-breasted lady, and I felt like that one actually stepped into the realm of excessiveness. The other one speaks more to a somewhat reserved pinup, which will be part of the content. Trying to search Twin Goddess right now, and it was this one. You know, there she is. There she is. Open image in new tab. This is the model I'll be working on. I feel like it's kind of reserved. It's you know, very obviously a piece of art made for the male gaze, but it's a lot of skin and is a valid place to practice that, or at least I think so. And I'm gonna make I think I'm gonna approach this more like a how would I put this? Like a paper I'd write in college or something, and make my thesis, make my argument, and then paint the model while talking about it. It's also a place to introduce glazing, which I've never done glazing before. So it'll be a great place to try it out, and then, you know, make the case that everybody should paint a pinup. Maybe pick and choose which pinup you work towards. Some of them are, you know, downright offensive even, but I want to make the case that just because a model is for made for the male gaze doesn't make that immediately wrong, as I am a male enjoying models made for the male gaze. I do enjoy a good pinup. I think there's something to be said about infinity models as well. I'd like to talk about the Janissary missile launcher as well at some point. Kingdom Death miniatures. Let's take a peek at what those look like. I know some of them are downright thick. I should probably search for Kingdom Death male miniatures. Oh, that one's great. That one's, yes. I like this idea. I like this idea a lot. I might have to get my hands on some of these models. Maybe a part two. A part two on the discussion of pinups and their validity speaks to this here model, who arguably, I'd say this model is more offensive than the Titania one. Is this NSFW? Is this permissible on YouTube without getting a for mature audiences tag? Maybe not. But it looks like it'd be a lot of fun. So there's definitely something to be explored there. I actually, I picked up a small collection of Limbo Division 209 models, and those are really blurring the line between what is art and what is smut, and definitely inappropriate for the YouTube channel. I don't think they are I don't think they are Country Fried Minis content. How to paint throbbing. Now that would be a fun exploration of theme. I dig it. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Definitely got a lot of new stuff in the works, new ideas in the works. Stuff I'd like to explore and play with, but as someone who's making content on YouTube, I am somewhat beholden to the algorithm. The algorithm rules all, and I have to play to that. And so far, the algorithm insists that mine is a battletech channel. So for the foreseeable future, we're sticking at probably 60 to 75% battletech content, at least till the channel growth is big enough to justify painting some of the stuff that I'd like to work on. I want to paint some old school models, some old Ral Partha stuff, some stuff that's not necessarily going to perform well, or that objectively will perform badly. So, that's a thought. How big does the channel need to be before I can get away with painting some Grenadier models, for instance? Let's see, I've got 9 seconds and 20 frames left. So let's take these in 3-second increments here, I think. We're pulling out the needle. We're pulling out the acetone. Back out the acetone. Oh, I need to get it. Okay, well, I've established what the acetone bottle looks like, so I think I can get away with... Is that all just dead space? I think I can get away with pouring this onto that right there. Let's grab 3 seconds of that. I might have to speed it up. Let's go back another 3 seconds. Can I get away with a 300% clip here. Let's put those 20 frames on this one. So that's going to put us at 51:17. Yeah. I think that looks all right. Let's see what that's going to look like. Okay. Good enough. Good enough. Looks all right. I'm going to take this clip and then that clip. Oh, wait. I just realized. Let's redo. I can actually, I'm speeding this up anyways. So let's go ahead and add that much to it, pal. Because we're doubling down on the speed here. Yeah. Clip. We're going to speed duration. That's the wrong one. Let's drag this up. Pow. Do a clip, speed duration, and we're going to triple this. What have I done wrong here? Including too much. Let's cut it from here. Do those 20 frames, see what that looks like. Okay. I think this will get cut down now. Yeah, 125, 26, 27, 28. Give us a peek. It's running a little fast, but you know, I want to illustrate that I'm pouring out acetone onto the napkin. So let's do the taking off the lid bit, and I need to do this within my 3-second window to keep going. 200, a little too fast. 190, 180, 170, 165. There we go. 3 minutes 20 or 3 seconds 20 frames. That leaves us 3 seconds to put in the like wiping down of the needle. So that's what we're doing. Go back 3 seconds, and I think with that we have the structure of the video. Maybe not. Okay, this is also going to get sped up. Let's get this whole section here wiping off the needle. And then, pow, right there at the end of that, it'll cut to the static, as is the way it goes. So we're back to clip, we're back to speed duration, and we're going to do this one at 131%. Oh, I'm getting a feel for it. Okay, so I think that means we now have a collection of clips that'll work as the body of this here short. I mean, it's rough trying to tell a tale inside of what, 58 seconds, and I've appended that to the wrong location. Yeah, 58. I mean, I'm 22 frames over somehow. I don't know where that happened, but it happened. I think I added too much. Oh, this last clip was only supposed to be 3 seconds. That's where it is. Clip speed duration 155, 160. There we go. All right, so that gives us a tail of cleaning. I can get rid of like a full 5 seconds there. I can get rid of a full 5 seconds there. So let's get that length back. Let's reduce this to half of that. Can I get away with 4 seconds? Does 4 seconds show what I need it to? It does. Okay. There we go. We're going to. I'll do 5 seconds on the spray clip at the beginning, and that gives me 4 seconds to play with now, and I can get in that ridiculous thumbs up thing I do, which I may have deleted. Or perhaps I could show. Alright, so we're spraying the model. We're showing the pump action of cleaning it out with water. We're adding the 99% isopropyl. We're tossing in acetone. We're spraying the model with the second color. And then talking about when you're done, you clean the needle out, take it apart. I think there's room for, there's a section in here somewhere that I spray it out clean. I'll do that. That whole segment looks fun. Let's grab 4 seconds of that. Yeah, we'll do 4 seconds of that. Ka-chow? Isn't that what ka-chow Uncle Adam says? Thought I had a thumbs up in here somewhere. Someone is blowing my phone up over there. I lifted across. Oh, there it is. Okay. I think the thumbs up is better than the spray out. And I'm going to use it. Let's go back 4 seconds here. 26. I need to show. It's funny. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. 26 pout. We'll take that, slice it out. And now, this time, we may have a shorts body to work with. Puts us at 58 seconds and 2 frames. I think that is more than enough to put in my, because there'll be a second of static added to it. And I know that YouTube is 29.97 frames per second, so it might actually like run over. I need to avoid that. But before we do any editing, let's give it a watch through and see how it works. Spray the model. Put it in the spray out pot. Pump water through it. Clean water into the dirty pot. 99% isopropyl alcohol. Same deal. We're going to put the alcohol in there. Excellent. There it is. Now we move on to acetone to clean it out. Maybe put a little disclaimer about like don't use it on an airbrush that uses O-rings. And once we've done that, we can swap colors. and spray up our model before repeating the same process. And then of course we're going to remember to make sure to take the needle out when you're done and rub it down real good with acetone and remove any remnant paint, yeah, all that jazz, and then put the thing back together and you're ready to go for the next job. Thumbs up, cut static, pow. I'm satisfied with that, so now we can start formatting these individual shots. So let's see, we're spraying the old hunchback here. I think this warrants being zoomed in. So let's start with 100% zoom perhaps. No, it's a little too much. We'll go with an 80%. I want to see the model and the airbrush and the spray coming off it. I might have to zoom out even more. I gotta say, I loathe vertical video. I hate it so much. It's so hard to capture any detail. I mean, I get why it's there, but God, it sucks. We'll call this one 60%, and kind of scooch it over some. Because the important detail is the spray out pot with a mention to why you want this equipment. Isopropyl probably needs a good focus. Let's see. Lift that up. Isopropyl alcohol. Yeah, okay, nice and centered in the frame. And then I think same thing with the acetone. Yeah. What's that? 80% zoom? Let's do another, let's try 90 on this one. Lift this boyo up. Give it a watch. Okay. How to make interesting content out of cleaning your damn airbrush. This one, I love these shots. I want an up close and intimate shot of the paint going into the reservoir. And then we put in a new color and get to spraying just as if we would with any new color. Something like that. This one, good Lord, someone is blowing up my phone. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to go walk across the room and grab this phone that is going off and off and off and see who the heck is bothering me. I will be back in, I don't know, like 55 seconds or something like that. All right, I knew that was important with the amount of notifications I just got. Looks like I got another commission went through. I got a lot of questions to answer, but I'm not worried about it in this moment. I will get to them when I get to them here in the next 2 hours or something. 2 hours is not going to affect the amount of time it takes me to do the commission proper. Anyhow, where was I? I just did the up close shot on the paint being added. And then we want to do another kind of close-up shot spraying this model. This one, can we go even closer? Let's see what that looks like. It's kind of in the frame. Yeah, all right, that looks great. And then these shots were not necessarily intended to be shorts fodder. So I got to zoom in on them. And I think 90% is like the most zoomed out I can go. Yeah. Let's see. I need to show pulling that needle out. So let's shift this whole thing over a little bit. Pulling the needle out. Yeah. Okay. And then this same deal, we need to show, I need to show the acetone as well as the paper towel. Okay. That may need to go a little to the left. Oopsies. Come on, meow. Position, click here. Go to the left. How about right there? Right there. Give it a look-see. Alright, acetone. And then same deal here. This is going to be, we're going to call it 100%. I think that gives me a little wiggle room. Let's give it a look. So take the needle and I'm rubbing it down. That's the important detail. We're showing it. It's there. And then finally, this cut will just be a 90%er. Yeah. And where is the thumbs up? Thumbs up is kind of the right of the screen. Dang. A little bit of a problematic shot. But I like the busted glove right there at the end. And that's really all it's for, is showing that. So I think we go even more to the right. And we put it together, we test it, we thumbs up. Good, looking good. Excelente. Now I need to toss in some kind of text, because I have found that the shorts perform a lot better when there's an interesting thumbnail, and the only way to select the thumbnail is you gotta transfer the video over to your phone and then upload it via your phone, which will let you pick whatever frame you want as the thumbnail. So I've been utilizing that upload method while adding in some colorful and eye-catching graphics, the text overlays, so that, you know, I'm loath to say trick people into clicking, but that's kind of the idea, right? You put the content together, you make something that looks nice, you put some good content, but you still need to trick people into clicking your content. Cleaning a dirty airbrush. That's kind of hard to read. Nope, that's not the one. Let's keep going. Usually it'll pop out at me, whatever I'm going for. We might do a double text thing. Let's go ahead and get paint.net running. What screams cleaning? Cleaning a blank airbrush. Cleaning a blank airbrush. Gonna find it. It'll be here somewhere. That's our dirty right there. Dirty. No background. We're gonna download this, and once again, this is techstudio.com. I paid for a membership here because I use it all the time. I cannot remember how much I paid for it, but they have an option where you can just pay for, like, I can't remember if it was 6 months or a year, but it was reasonable, and I use it enough to justify the expense. I think we're gonna go with this nice clean tune. So we want cleaning a airbrush. Who dat? Who dat? Who messaging me? Oh, unimportant. It's funny how popular my phone and Discord gets while I am otherwise occupied. Kind of consistent in that regard too. All right, now we got our two images. Gonna show in folder and gonna cut both of those, and we'll drop them into cleaning the airbrush. Pow, drop it there. Gonna drag them over into paint.net. We're gonna open each image, zip this over here. So what we want to do is see how big this image is. So image resize, and we've got a width of 4989. All right, so we want to resize this other one to, let's say 4,000. 4,000. Cut that out. We're going to add a layer, pop in dirty, and then we want to canvas size and increase the height of the canvas by, I don't know, 1,000 pixels. Magic wand off that extra white that got added, and snag airbrush and shift it down some. I think I kind of want to shift the dirty down a little bit, not to be confused with dirty down products. Try to line that up decently, and then we'll trim the canvas a bit. Image, crop selection, file, save as. We're gonna save this as dirty airbrush.png. Pow, paint.net, so good. Flatten it down. I think we're done with that. So now we're going to drop in our new image, pop it in here, and I think we're gonna put the thing that says dirty airbrush in between this moment and that moment right there. Yeah, drop it right here. Kind of split the difference between the two. And as always, it's way too big, so we'll shrink it down to 30%. It's still too big, call it 20%. Yeah, awesome. We have track targeting on, so I can hit up and down and go to the to the front and the back. We're going to drop a keyframe on opacity. We're going to go 1 second forward. Drop another keyframe. Hop to the end. Go back 1 frame. Keyframe. Go back 1 second. Keyframe. What did I just click? Okay. Didn't register that. Alright, so first keyframe 0% opacity. Last keyframes also 0% opacity. So now, cleaning a dirty airbrush. Shows up. It fades out. We're going to use a pipette to put in some clean water. I think that this content is visually interesting enough, or visually stimulating enough, that we don't have to put any extra graphics. I also would like to keep this one as low effort as possible, while also making an entertaining content. Alright, so with that, I think this aberration sequence, the sequence is put together and ready. And we can go back and make a new sequence. So we're going to right click in the project panel, we're going to new item, and we're going to do new sequence, and this is going to be called main body. And we're going to ensure that the sequence is the right settings, and it is not. It defaults to 1080p, and we need 1080p vertical. So 1080 horizontal, 1920 vertical. Excellent. There we go. What we want to start with is keep settings. We want this Effecteasy visual effects static and the static noise. Zoom way in. I'm holding Alt and using the mouse wheel, by the way, to do that. And we're going to pick a point right here. We're going to set this scaling to fit the frame. I think 300% is it 280? It looks right. Okay. And we take 1 full second of the content, and then we'll also, why didn't that work? Oh, there we go. We want just 1 second of it. Grab this, move that, clear that, and I'm going to stick this to the very front of the sequence. That way I can cleanly go forward 15 frames. And the reason I do that is so I can split this down the middle. And what we have is you end up with this half a second on either end of the content of static with noise. And then I'm going to change the order. The logic behind that is, in theory, a shorts video just keeps playing over. It repeats if you're sitting on the screen. And this will go from that last frame sequentially into the first frame of static. I don't think anyone would catch it if it wasn't, but it's, you know, it's a little continuity thing that I like to ensure is in there. Alright, so next up we're going to add a track. We're going to go back to a project panel and we're going to drop in the aberration sequence. Delete that sound layer. And there's a couple things we need to add to get the aberration. We need RGB. We're going to put a color balance on it. And we're going to set the blend mode to exclusion. And I'm going to use that to create my like VHS effect. Copy it twice and then stack it back on itself. zip over here, pop these down. Okay. Excellent. We need to do the settings here, so we'll do red 100, green 0, blue 0 for the first one. Second one gets 0 red, 100 green, and 0 blue. And then the third gets 0, 0, 100. So together they make one proper image. But that allows us to move them. So I'm going to take this first one, the top layer, I'm going to select it, and I'm going to put it to the right 5 frames, or 5 pixels. And then I'm going to take the blue layer, and likewise I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3. And what that's done is it's going to give a little fuzziness to the image, just like it, you know, a little blurring of the colors. It's subtle. It doesn't obscure too much detail, but it's there. You get this nice this nice red edge that makes it look like, you know, a little improperly recorded. And that's gonna leave the blank VHS tape overlay, which gets stuck here. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, this needs to be 110%, and then we're going to shift it where the play is up in the upper left corner, and likewise that's going to get exclusion. Wait, it wasn't exclusion, it was screen. Yeah. And then we razor blade off the back end, and now we have the visuals for this short made. That just leaves a voiceover and then an audio choice. Ooh, what happened with that? Dirty airbrush. Okay, no, it's there. All right, so I'm gonna go back into Aberration and get a peek at what's going on. We're gonna open Notepad. We're gonna start writing up a script. But I need to use the restroom and stretch my legs, and I'll be back in 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, something like that. So for that, let's go ahead and do I'm gonna run something a little different than I normally do. Get rid of the TV in the corner briefly, and we're gonna put on Cookie Clicker. And y'all. transition back in. Oh boy, this cookie clicker. I'm clicking cookies, except I'm not clicking the cookies anymore. They're just clicking themselves. Do a little bit of play in the cookie stock market, which looks like I just doubled my money on sugar. Excellent. Let's get that off out of the way here. Okay, so without further ado, we'll get back to it. Well, I guess there is some further ado here. If you have found this stream, if you found this live, or you have found this through the algorithm, this is once again the Workflow live stream, where we're putting together content and showing what goes on behind the curtains, what goes on in the premiere, the work that's going into every video as it gets produced for Country Fried Minis. Today is a short, of course, so this is a piece of content to tide folks over. In the meantime, I want to keep content rolling out, but the full-length videos take a little bit of time to put together. It takes some serious effort, if you will, and you end up doing 40, 50 hours of editing for what amounts to a 20-minute, 30-minute video. Next one is probably going to be in the 30-minute range. I might try to cut it down to 22, 25. There's a certain amount of striking a balance between showing everything I want to show, but also making it watchable. So that's definitely a thought process that goes into it. So in the meantime, I take a couple hours every other day or so as of late, and I put together these short contents to have stuff coming out and getting that Country Fried Shorts content out in the VHS format, which admittedly I'm having fun with despite hating the vertical video format. Definitely not a fan of that, but it's part of it. It's part of what the algorithm pushes, and it's a good way to get your content out in front of people. That said, these live streams are a place where you can come in and voice your opinion on not only the content that is being made in the moment, but any videos that you have seen so far. I welcome all comments down below. I read them all, I'll respond in kind, and I might even take your advice. So don't hesitate to pop the thoughts down below if you have any. That said, let's get back to it. And I think we were in the process of writing a script. So it's another howdy, folks, and welcome back to another episode of, we're going to call it taping, another taping of Country Fried Shorts. Today, I'd like to address cleaning out a dirty airbrush. Whether you're changing colors or you're done with a spray session, you've gotta clean that thing out between uses. Okay, so first up in this process is always gonna be a quick rinse with some water. Here I've put the brush into the holder on my spray out pot and used a pipette to pump water in and out of the reservoir, making sure to keep the rinse water clean. Okay. From here, I usually turn to a bit of 99% ISO propyl alcohol. And do the same process to ensure a deep clean. To really knock out any buildup, we're yet again gonna do the same step with a bit of pure acetone. Though if your airbrush has internal O-rings, this step may not be the one for you. Once cleaned, we're ready to jump into the next color, making sure to clean the thing out once again when we're done. Of course, at the end of any spray session, I've already said spray session, I have. At the end of any, what's a synonym for session? Synonyms for session. Concourse, could that work? Any round, round works. Any round of airbrushing. I think that sounds all right. At the end of any round of airbrushing, you're gonna wanna do the same procedures, but ensure you take a little extra time to pull out the needle and give her a good wipe down with the acetone. Performing these libations will ensure your brush works well for years to come. Happy painting, y'all. Okay, let's see if I can cram all of that into a 58-second take. And I'm going to try to get that take in one go. Of course, heads up as always, there is a significant chance that my microphone might go when I click on Audacity. I'm not sure what's causing it, but it's been a problem that has plagued me as of late. I will be watching the monitor on OBS to ensure that that doesn't happen, and if it does, I will stop it as quickly as possible. That said, let's turn on the twang. Howdy folks, and welcome back to another taping of Country Fried Shorts. Today I'd like to address cleaning out a dirty airbrush. Whether you're changing colors or you're done with a spray session, you've got to clean that thing out between sessions. What the heck? You've got to clean that thing out between sus. What am I trying to say there, Jesus? You gotta clean its uses. Oh my God, that's adult onset dyslexia. Good stuff. All right, one more try. Howdy folks, and welcome back to another taping of Country Fried Shorts. Today I'd like to address cleaning out a dirty airbrush. Whether you're changing colors or you're done with a spray session, you've got to clean that thing out between uses. First up in this process is always going to be a quick rinse with some water. Here I've put the brush into the holder on my spray out pot and use a pipette to pump water in and out of the reservoir, making sure to keep the rinse water clean. From here, I usually turn to a bit of 99% isopropyl alcohol and do the same process to ensure a deep clean. God, I lost my place. I try to do it in one take. I try, but it don't always work. Plus, traffic going by, it's like a nerve twinge in my head every time I hear the loud traffic. Whether or not the mic picks it up, because sometimes it don't, it just sets off something in my brain and takes my focus away. And now, we're going to get rid of that inhale while I'm here. Get rid of that inhale while I'm here. I try to be cognizant of the inhales. I also do this like snuffle. I do this snuffle thing. I'm not really sure why. Okay. Let's find them inhales and get rid of them. Get rid of that inhale too. That also gives me a little extra time. I guess I could do this line by line and really edit it, but I like to get a good organic run true. Anyhow, let's get back to it. Pull that up and then this up and that up. Where was I? From here, I usually turn to a bit. Yeah, okay. Hey, that motorcycle revved his motor as he slowed down. Give it a wait. Wait till that Harley gets 3 blocks away. To really knock out any buildup, I just stumbled trying to read. We're yet again gonna do the same step. That threw me because I said we're yet again gonna instead of we're gonna yet again. So I've changed it around to where I would more naturally say it. To really knock out any buildup, we're gonna yet again do the same step with a bit of pure acetone. Though if your airbrush has internal O-rings, this step might not be the one for you. Once cleaned, we're ready to jump into the next color, making sure to clean that thing out once again when we're done. Of course, at the end of any round of airbrushing, you're going to want to do the same procedures, but ensure you take a little extra time to pull out the needle and give her a good wipe down with acetone. Performing these libations will ensure... Don't have time to fit it. Alright, I'm hearing loud ass traffic outside. Happy painting, y'all. That's all I can fit. Alright, so we're going to export this here MP3. We're going to go up to cleaning the airbrush. We're going to call it voiceover. Get that, got that. Listen to all the traffic noise outside that it's just picked up now that I'm trying to record stuff. Uncanny, as always. I guess it's not uncanny if it's just every single time that I go to make recordings. All right, let's give it a listen. Actually, I need to do a hard limiter. It's been a trend lately. I know that my audio peaks sometimes, though I can't limit that as well in OBS. I can do it here in Premiere. Oh, that's right. Essential sound dialogue. We're going to call this one From the Television. Give it a listen. It's a little quiet. It's a little quiet. I think I need to boost boost the level by a couple decibels while also using the hard limiter. Damn, why is that so quiet? Okay. All right, so that ain't working. I've got to Okay, I'm like 9 seconds late between each segment. I need to go quicker. Let's find. Okay, I need to take out the line about whether you're changing colors. Just get rid of that. Pow. And then this needs to be shrunk down. I like to use a pipette to pump water in and out of the reservoir. Pow. Get rid of that. Damn. From here, my next step is to turn to a bit of a, yeah, okay. All right, let's try that again. Let's do another, we'll do another voiceover take. Let's delete that. Delete that. I hear people hanging out under my window. I hope that's not coming through the audio. I've noticed lately, so I live on the corner, and there's like a little recess. I'm above like a little grocery store, and there's this recess, this section between the street. And because there's a recess of the street, we've had some homeless people take up a semi-permanent residence underneath the window. They hang out, they smoke under my window, they chat loudly, and they're there. They're just there all the time. It's kind of bad that San Francisco does not really have a solid solution for the homeless epidemic, which I dare say is a fentanyl epidemic as well. These folks they just, they're hopeless, and they get strung out on drugs, and then they become a permanent street resident. It's kind of awful that we don't put people in housing, forcibly put them in housing. Not like jail housing, but like housing. But that said, what can you do other than step over the human feces and use needles on the streets? And tell them no when they beg change off of you. That is my life, because I am a San Franciscan. I know that sounds awful, but you spend any time here, you'd see it. Anyhow, that rant aside, let's try this again. Howdy folks, and welcome back to another taping of Country Fried Shorts. Today I'd like to address cleaning out a dirty airbrush. First up in this process is always going to be a quick rinse with some water. I like to use a pipette to pump water in and out of the reservoir. From here, my next step is to turn to a bit of 99% isopropyl alcohol and do the same process to ensure a deep clean. To really knock out any buildup, we're going to yet again do the same step, but this time with a bit of damn it. I ad-lib when I'm reading the damn script, and it screws me up. To really knock out any buildup, we're going to yet again do the same step with a bit of pure acetone. Do I say yet again multiple times? Multiple times? No, okay. To really knock out any buildup, we're going to yet again do the same step with a bit of pure acetone. Though if your airbrush has internal O-rings, this step might not be the one for you. Once cleaned, we're ready to jump into the next color, making sure to clean the thing out once again when we're done. Of course, at the end of any round of airbrushing, you're going to want to do the same procedures, but ensure that you take a little extra time to pull out the needle and give her a good wipe down with the acetone. Performing these libations will ensure that your brush works well for years to come. Happy painting, y'all! Okay. Alright. I actually have a little extra time there. Let's say we'll do performing these libations. We're going to say performing these libations will ensure your brush works well for years to come. So long as you remember to be happy while you're painting. Yep, sneaking that in there again. Performing these libations will ensure that your brush works well for years to come, so long as you remember to be happy while you're painting. And then thumbs up and cut to static. That works. Pal, let's give this here a shot and see how it lines up. Export, voiceover, we're gonna do it again. There it is, it already exists. Yes, that's correct. We're gonna go back into Premiere and the folder, and we're gonna drop in voiceover and see how this one lines up. Let's just Country Fried Shorts, cleaning out airbrush. Use a pipette to pump water in and out of the reservoir. Okay, that lined up with the alcohol. Okay, lines up a lot better now. Jumping it, okay. Okay, that's kind of lining up decently. Okay, I'm gonna add a line that says, we're gonna say, the acetone will break down even stubborn, crusty paint. Good Lord, I can't type. I've gotten very dyslexic as an adult. It's the strangest thing. The acetone will break down even stubborn, crusty paint and help your needle to glide smoothly. Okay. Smoothly. Alright. And the beauty is now I can just go into the old Audacity and find, I think it's right here. Pull out the needle, give her a good wipe down with the acetone. And then we can just take this off and we're going to Control X that out. And we're going to wait for the loud traffic to go by. Insane. Insane that these people have such loud cars. Like, why? Go live out in the country with that loud ass thing. Bane of my existence, trying to do voiceover. The acetone will break down even stubborn, crusty paint and help your needle to glide smooth. Damn. Glidely. I read at about 5 times as quick in my head as I do out loud. The acetone will break down even stubborn, crusty paint and help your needle to glide smoothly. I almost did it again. I almost said, help your needle to glidely. God, I'm stupid. And then now I'm actually like 2 seconds over. That doesn't fit. I could probably get away with just saying the acetone will break down even stubborn, crusty paint. The acetone will break down even stubborn, crusty paint. I bet that's still too long. Paste. It's too long. If I could cut down... Is this a breath? That's a breath. We can get rid of that. Okay. And then this whole dealio can get cut and appended to the end of that. And then we'll trim out that much and see. That looks like it's gonna fit. We're gonna MP3 export. We're gonna call it voiceover, save it, pop it, slap it back in Premiere. Cleaning out the airbrush, do a voiceover. Move all this over. Sticking to the wrong point. All right. I didn't have to trim that last bit out. Let's leave that in. Let's re-export this MP3. Voiceover. Do it again. We'll do it again. We'll go back into Premiere. We'll go back into the folder structure. We'll delete this. We'll go in folder structure. We'll drop in Mr. Voiceover. Okay. That's going to line up a lot better. Another noisy car going by. Ooh boy, good thing I'm done with the voiceover. I think that's going to line up and work just fine. Let's give it a watch. Welcome back to Country Fried Shorts. Dirty airbrush. First up, rinse water. Use a pipette. From here, use alcohol. Yep. Do the same process to ensure, yep. To really knock out, we're going to use same thing with pure acetone. Okay? O-rings. Once cleaned, jump into the next color. Yep, there we go. Any round of airbrushing, you're going to want to do the same procedure. Ensure you take a little extra time to pull out the needle while the needle's on the screen. Give it a wipe down. Acetone's going to even break down that stuff. Libations. Thumbs up. Ah, perfect. Okay, that worked. Excellent. Take 4 made it work. So we're going to save this text just in case I need it for some reason. I can't imagine why I would, but I'm going to get in the habit. We're going shorts. We're going cleaning the airbrush, and we'll call this script.text. All right, so last step I have is to pick out some music. Picking out some music, which I don't know if I can pick out music and it actually like get the audio. I don't think I have a way of getting music to where y'all can hear it. So what I'll do is we'll go over to Epidemic Sound and we're gonna search for, what's this sound like? I'm liking it so far. I'm kind of liking it. I'm going to download it either way. Let's get that. Pause that. Let's hear what this is. Okay. That one might be the one. Yeah, I like that one a lot. Okay. Download, survive, pause this here. We're gonna go into here. We're gonna go downloads folder. We're gonna grab both of those. We're gonna go into Countrified, video production and assets and music and paste them in. Go back to Premiere. And we're gonna drop in, what was that last one called? It was called Survive. We're gonna drop in Survive. Drop in Survive right here. We're gonna reduce the decibels by 30, I think is usually how I go. And I'm gonna give this a listen. I'm gonna mute this. Music's hovering around like negative 30 decibels. I might could get away with putting it up to negative 25. Yeah. It sounds a little better. I forgot to put on the essential sound. We'll go from the TV and then we'll do a hard limiter of negative 12. I'm conscious, I'm hyper conscious of blowing out peaks, and honestly, like negative 12 is about right where I want the limit. Any higher, it starts to get into the yellow territory. Music might be too loud. Okay. It's working. I genuinely love how well these things come together. And you know, honestly at this point, I may be running out of footage to turn into shorts, so better get grinding on that. Okay, yeah, that worked. That worked perfect. Ow. Okay. And I think with that, I just made a short video, y'all, in how long I've been at this today. That's 1 hour and 39 minutes. I was aiming for 2.5 hours. That is fantastic. So let's go ahead and try to export this thing. We're going shorts. We're going cleaning the airbrush. Clean the brush. .mp4. We're going to go video. We're going to ensure. I think match source should work then. Entire source is selected. And we're going to export this here thingy. And it shouldn't take too long at all. It says 2 minutes. See if it just melts my stream. Is it gonna melt my stream? Give it a little listen here. No, working all right. Let's see. Oh, the time is going up and now it's coming down. Ooh, maybe it is skipping a little bit. But that's fine. Computer is unhappy with this. I guess maybe I oughta save and quit the old cookie clicker. Let's give the computing power back to Premiere. And I think what I'm going to do then, is to dip this over here to the Be Right Back screen. And I'll be back in 3 minutes and 30 seconds or so. And we'll do a demo, and then we can call this stream for the day. Do the outro and stuff. Or I guess I could waffle on here. So I just want to remind folks that I do a battletech commission setup. See if I can't. Let's find it here. Let me pull it up. Switch to selling. I should be able to pull up my gigs. I should be able to pull this thing up. Yes, indeed. Do. All right, pull this up. The page is in the description if you're interested. But I do a custom service of printing and painting custom battle mechs. I make custom single models available. I do full lances, and I do a premium tier that includes the record sheets for your completed models. They're painted to a little bit higher than tabletop standard. I do customs, like custom orders, where you can get more than the mechs that are more than 4. If you want to get a whole bunch, I can handle that too. Let's see if I can't pull up the latest order. I'll show y'all. This is the latest commission that I did. So this is about the quality you'd be expecting. I can negotiate bigger orders like this if you're interested. So you know, if you want to get some mechs in your collection and you don't want to paint them yourself, like to get them done and maybe even see it turned into a piece of content on Country Fried Minis, check out the link in the description below. Toss me an order, and I'll knock it out as fast as possible. Anyhow, I think I managed to waffle on long enough to showcase the thing. I didn't have to leave the screen running anyways. Let's go to cleaning the airbrush. Let's do clean to brush. All right, it looks like it's gonna work. Let's see if I can't make this happen over here. So what we need to do is we're gonna mute music playlists. We're gonna get rid of TV in the corners, inconsequential. But what we do want to do is change this. We're gonna change this to the new one on clean to brush, and then we're gonna delete that one, and then we're gonna OK that. Turn this on, and I think what's gonna happen now is I should be able to transition into this scene, and we should be able to watch the new short live here on the stream. Let's try it. Howdy folks, and welcome back to another taping of Country Fried Shorts. Today I'd like to address cleaning out a dirty airbrush. First up in this process is always going to be a quick rinse with some water. I like to use a pipette to pump water in and out of the reservoir. From here, my next step is to turn to a bit of 99% isopropyl alcohol and do the same process to ensure a deep clean. To really knock out any buildup, we're going to yet again do the same step with a bit of pure acetone. Though if your airbrush has internal O-rings, this step might not be the one for you. Once cleaned, we're ready to jump into the next color, making sure to clean the thing out once again when we're done. Of course, at the end of any round of airbrushing, you're going to want to do the same procedures, but ensure that you take a little extra time to pull out the needle and give her a good wipe down with the acetone. The acetone will break down even stubborn, crusty paint. Performing these libations will ensure that your brush works well for years to come, so long as you remember to be happy while you're painting. That looks like it works, folks. That looks like it worked. I think I am quite happy with that. And I'm going to go ahead and get this formatted and uploaded to the old YouTube. We'll get it posted up and get it a-going. And actually, while I'm here, I need to put this here. I need to paste that reference here. And I think I'm about to try out this full screen webcam before I leave. So I want to take a moment to thank y'all for showing up today. Your viewership is always appreciated. And once again, the Workflow live stream is a location where you can express your opinions on any content that I have already released, as well as the live stuff that's happening today. So whether you post a comment in the live chat or you post a comment down below in the comments, I will get to it and I will hear you out. So if you have some thoughts on some content you've seen or the process that's going into it, whatever you want to say, I'll see it. I read all the comments. I'll take your advice if it's good. I might take your advice if it's bad, but either way, I'll take it to heart. And as always, I want y'all to remember to be happy while you're painting. And with that, I'm going to say ta-ta for now. And I want y'all to remember, as always, to be happy while you're painting. Take it easy, fellers. See you around next time.